What would happen if you disconnected yourself from all forms of media, from all forms of content, from information overload? Perhaps you submerged yourself into the depths of nature. What would happen to your sense of reality? What would happen to your emotional states? And how would you emerge from that environment and re-enter this matrix that we are living in? Many of us had the opportunity to completely disconnect it. We would start to approach this bombardment of information in a much more consciously aware manner. Unfortunately, many of us are in this predicament like the frog in the boiling water, and as the temperature is being turned up and we are being bombarded with more and more information, deepfakes, unable to discern reality from artificial reality, we are starting to be boiled within this water, unable to recognize truth from fiction. And as we move into this age of AI and technological revolution, it's going to become more and more important to start to turn to your center, to connect with that higher and divine, and to recognize what is true and what is not true, and what resonates from a much more deeper perspective. Because many of the forces that control the algorithms, that control the information that we are exposed to, or perhaps if you're still watching mainstream media and are being constantly induced into these emotional states of fear and anxiety, you'll find that your sense of reality is being controlled by these hidden forces. And so it's going to become really critical as we're moving into this age of deepfakes to start to become more discerning. In fact, the more we can disconnect from content that stimulates fear and anxiety, and the more we can start to keep our own emotional states in those higher states and circumvent a lot of what is going to transpire to try and pull us down, to keep us constantly distracted by all these things that are happening around us in the world, we can start to come to a new perspective of reality. We can start to come together and recreate the reality that humanity should have had. Free from the distortions, free from the illusions, free from this enslavement that many have been succumbed to because of how our reality has been sabotaged